come to Cambodia and win free beer. I'm not joking about that. So I haven't felt much like vlogging the last couple days. If you've been following the vlog, I guess it's been about a week ago now. I had to go to the pharmacy because I had diarrhea so bad from whatever I ate. Well, now I got the opposite problem. I'm not sure how long it's been. I feel something brewing, but it's not moving fast. It's pissing off my prostate and my blood pressure. It's almost 3 in the afternoon here. My assistant feels like I'm just stressed from travel or, the upcoming travel. When this is all going to come out is when I have to travel. That's how it always works out. I try to make a point to start drinking just water like a day or two before. I've eaten pretty light. Like I shouldn't be dealing with this. It seems a little crazy. Oh yeah, you probably want to know how to get free beer. So there I am, eating my Cambodian food. And this guy goes, "Want another one?" And I asked him a little later, I go, "What did he win?" "Free beer." And I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, 1 in 4 are a winner." And beer is already cheap in Cambodia. It's like $4 for a 6-pack. But I had to ask around because I don't drink. And I know the next question I always get is, what happened? Why do I not drink? Because I've never met anybody that didn't drink. I've met people like, I quit drinking 20 years ago. I met people, recovering alcoholics. Never anybody like me. And the amount of alcohol I've consumed, you can put in the palm of my hand. Actually, I went to wine school when I worked for Wolfgang Puck. And they had these little tester things, like when you take communion, And even then I was like, this stuff isn't that great. However, I could tell you more about port wine, Merlots, and Sauvignon Blanc than anybody you've ever met. And she did tell me that you could win iced teas too, so there you have it. Although it's not 1 in 4, I guess. And then Jeffy Poo told me he had the inside word that the restaurant or bar could buy more winners. I thought that was interesting too. They could stack the deck. And, get you drinking more, make you feel like you're winning more, and then maybe you spend more money. So, more about the non-gambling situation. I mean, this is a weird one. Weird one mostly for other people. Because most of my friends about this age here are starting to get away from drinking. Jeff's quit drinking a few times. High stakes Danny quit a million times. Me, I'm like, I don't even know what the problem is. I can't believe anybody drinks. When I tasted it, I was like, holy shit. Who drinks this shit? You know what I mean? I remember when I was a teenager, my girlfriend tried to get me to drink this $2 like wine called Strawberry Hill. I used to buy it for her because you know what happened when she drank it. I was like, she's like, it's good. But just never turned out to be a thing. I don't know why. And I've never like met anybody that's never drank. I've heard of people, but I do know two, and maybe only one. I mean, it's hard to say. And that would be my mom and my dad. My dad might have drank a little bit here and there when he was younger. It seemed like, if I remember, it seemed like he smoked at one point and maybe did some drinking. However, it's not confirmed. He never, ever talked about it. That in Vietnam, not one Vietnam story. And if I'm not mistaken, he had a Purple Heart, so he must have some stories. And they were holy rollers. You know, the kind that go in church, talking made up shit. Yeah. Had to get away from them, as far away from them as possible. However, the point behind it is, I'm pretty sure they didn't do much drinking. There was no alcohol in the refrigerator ever. I don't know if that had any effect on anything, but because I had plenty of exposure to it. I remember when the designated driver campaign came out, and this didn't work on the guy who quit drinking alcohol. This only worked with one type of person, me, because there was no chance I was ever drinking. So it's like, we brought designated driver, and he's drunk now too. Now what do we do? Never. I did get lots of great offers to go places. Oh, hey, come with us, man. We need a driver. Never had a DUI. I think pretty much all of my friends have had a DUI. My insurance has been incredibly low throughout my life. The other one was living in Vegas. I'd get calls 2, 3 in the morning. Oh man, hey, come down the strip, scoop me up. They know I was never ever drunk. I didn't mind. I was like, well, you're buying breakfast, Or and then it's like, oh man, hey, come scoop me up. Let's go gambling. Yeah, that was another one. The weirdest one is the, hey man, let me buy you a beer. And this happens a lot. This happened within the last few weeks. mostly because there's this guy here that met Jeff, and the Asian girls downstairs were like, "You guys look like twins." You know what I'm saying? And so they're like, "Hey, this is Jeff's twin brother." And so of course I played it off. I was like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying?" So the guy comes in and goes, "Oh, you're Jeff's brother." And I was like, "Younger brother?" And he's like, I think it was like 10:30 in the morning, and he was drinking. He's like, "Oh man, let me buy you a beer." And I was like, it's so weird because you're just sitting there going, you don't want to be rude at all. Like, I never want to be rude. So I was like, I don't drink, right? And that always brings on the next question. What happened? I usually come up with something like, oh yeah, well, spent 10 years in prison or something, something crazy to make the story fun, right? Because they're usually, drunk or whatever. But that's the most common thing that happens, is let me buy you a beer. In dating, most women are thrilled. They're like, oh, great, he's never going to come home drunk. So that's a plus. That's a plus. It's interesting, though. Lots of drinking going on in Asia. And I guess Cambodia wanted to stack the deck in their favor, probably to just promote, drinking a local beer, I guess. Tiger, crud beer, Angkor beer. They say it's good. I don't know. Just a few more days left here. It's going pretty fast. I'm trying to get organized a little bit. Booked my travel, $42 to Bangkok from here. And then I booked a room full of people for $4.50 a night. Well, I guess that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you on the next video.